In the chaos of modern life, where the noise of uncertainty and the stress of expectations weigh heavily on the mind, the pursuit of peace can feel like chasing a mirage. However, peace is not an elusive destination but a mindset, a cultivated state of being rooted in wisdom, perspective, and intentional action. By adopting timeless principles, you can unlock the serenity and strength to weather life's storms and live with purpose and clarity. Let's explore 10 transformative principles to imagine and cultivate unshakable peace in your life. Principle 1: Insult and Offense, Redefining Perception. Human interaction is rife with moments of misunderstanding, judgment, and criticism. In these exchanges, insults and offensive remarks often arise, whether intentionally or unintentionally. For many, these moments feel like daggers to the heart, leading to anger, resentment, or even self-doubt. However, what if you discovered that the power of an insult doesn't come from the words themselves, but from your perception of them? The key to unshakable peace is recognizing that an insult has no inherent power. It is your reaction that determines its impact. By redefining your perception of insults and offense, you can transform what once felt like an attack into an opportunity for reflection, growth, or even indifference. Let's dive deeper into how you can master this principle and create a mental fortress impenetrable to the negativity of others. The true nature of an insult. At its core, an insult is merely a combination of words, a fleeting expression of another person's thoughts or emotions. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom highlights a profound truth: insults only hurt if you allow them to. When someone insults you, they are projecting their own frustrations, insecurities, or biases. Their words often reveal more about their character and emotional state than they do about you. The moment you internalize this, you begin to see insults for what they truly are: noise. Why we feel hurt by insults. Despite this understanding, insults can still sting. Why? Ego and pride. The ego craves validation and approval. When someone insults you, it feels like a threat to your sense of self-worth. Personal insecurities. An insult often hurts because it touches upon a fear or insecurity you already hold about yourself. Social conditioning. From a young age, we are taught to seek acceptance and avoid rejection. Insults are perceived as a form of social rejection, triggering feelings of shame or inadequacy. By dissecting these reasons, you can begin to dismantle their hold over you. The hurt is not caused by the insult itself, but by the meaning you assign to it. Reframing insults from pain to empowerment. To master this principle, you must learn to reframe how you perceive insults. Instead of seeing them as personal attacks, view them as neutral events or even opportunities for personal growth. 1. Understand the source. Ask yourself, why is this person insulting me? Often, insults stem from someone's own pain or frustration. Perhaps they are lashing out because of their own insecurities or stress. Recognizing this can help you feel compassion rather than anger. Example: if a coworker criticizes you harshly, consider whether they may be feeling overwhelmed or inadequate in their role. Their insult may be a reflection of their inner turmoil, not your abilities. 2. Separate fact from opinion. An insult is someone's opinion, not a universal truth. Just because someone labels you as lazy or incompetent doesn't make it so. By separating their perspective from reality, you strip the insult of its power. Mental exercise. When insulted, silently say to yourself, "That's their opinion, not my truth." 3. Use humor to diffuse the sting. Humor is a powerful tool for disarming insults. By responding with a lighthearted comment or a playful remark, you demonstrate confidence and refuse to take the insult seriously. Example: if someone says, "You're so bad at this," you might reply with a smile, "Thanks for noticing, I've been practicing." This approach not only protects your peace, but often diffuses tension in the situation. 4. Treat insults as feedback. Occasionally, an insult may contain a kernel of truth or offer insight into how others perceive you. Instead of dismissing it outright, consider whether it holds any constructive feedback. If it doesn't, you can let it go. If it does, use it to grow. Example, if someone calls you disorganized, ask yourself, is there any truth to this? Could I benefit from improving my organization skills? Building emotional resilience against insults. While reframing is a valuable tool, emotional resilience is what ensures that insults don't leave a lasting impression. Cultivating resilience involves strengthening your mind and heart so that you remain unshaken in the face of negativity. 1. Detachment, the power of non-reaction. One of the most powerful ways to neutralize an insult is by refusing to react emotionally. When you don't give the insult attention or energy, it loses its power. Practice, the next time you're insulted, pause and take a deep breath. Count to 5 before responding, or choose not to respond at all. 2. Develop self-awareness. The more you understand yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, and values, the less vulnerable you become to external judgments. When you know your worth, no insult can shake your foundation. Practice, spend time reflecting on your qualities and achievements. Write down affirmations that reinforce your sense of self-worth. 3. Practice empathy. When insulted, try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. What might they be going through? This shift in perspective can help you respond with compassion rather than defensiveness. Example, if a friend makes a cutting remark, consider whether they may be struggling with stress or insecurity. A kind response might help ease their pain. The freedom of letting go. Ultimately, the greatest power lies in letting go. By choosing not to carry the weight of insults, you liberate yourself from unnecessary pain and conflict. How to let go of insults. Don't dwell on the past. Remind yourself that the insult is a fleeting moment. It doesn't define you. Focus on what truly matters. Shift your energy toward your goals, relationships, and personal growth, rather than wasting it on negativity. Forgive and move on. Forgiveness isn't about excusing bad behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional burden. Practical exercises to redefine your perception of insults. To internalize this principle, try these exercises. 1. Mental shield visualization. Imagine a protective shield around you. Each time someone hurls an insult, visualize it bouncing off the shield and falling harmlessly to the ground. This mental exercise reinforces the idea that insults cannot penetrate your peace unless you let them. 2. The pause and label technique. When insulted, pause and mentally label the event. This is an insult. It is their perspective, not my truth. This creates emotional distance and allows you to respond calmly. 3. Gratitude for challenges. After a negative interaction, write down one positive takeaway from the experience. For example, this taught me patience, or this helped me practice resilience. Insults and offensive remarks are inevitable in life, but their power over you is entirely optional. By reframing your perception, cultivating emotional resilience, and practicing self-awareness, you can transform these moments from sources of pain into opportunities for growth and empowerment. The ability to rise above insults is not a sign of weakness, it is the ultimate expression of strength. By mastering this principle, you unlock a profound sense of inner peace, no longer swayed by the opinions or judgments of others. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Start redefining your perception today, and discover the freedom that comes with unshakable peace. Principle 2. Transform everyone into a teacher. Life is a ceaseless journey of learning, and one of its most profound lessons is this: every person you meet has something to teach you. Whether through their wisdom, flaws, kindness, or challenges, people act as mirrors, revealing opportunities for growth, understanding, and self-improvement. By embracing the mindset that everyone is a teacher, you unlock a transformative way of living, one that fosters humility, compassion, and continuous personal evolution. To master this principle, you must reframe how you perceive interactions with others. Instead of viewing people as obstacles, competitors, or irrelevant passers-by, see them as sources of insight. This perspective will help you turn even the most mundane or difficult relationships into stepping stones for growth. The foundation of transforming everyone into a teacher. At the heart of this principle lies the understanding that learning is not confined to books, classrooms, or formal education. Life itself is the ultimate teacher, and people are its most dynamic lessons. By observing, listening, and reflecting, you can extract value from every encounter, whether it's a fleeting conversation with a stranger or a deep relationship with a loved one. The core beliefs of this principle: every person has value, regardless of their behavior, status, or intentions. Everyone carries experiences, perspectives, and traits that can teach you something. Growth requires openness to learn from others. You must remain open, curious, and willing to reflect on your own assumptions and biases. Lessons come in all forms. Teachers are not always gentle or kind. Sometimes, the most valuable lessons come from challenging, frustrating, or even painful interactions. By embodying these beliefs, you can transform your approach to relationships and interactions, enriching your personal and emotional growth. Why it's powerful to see everyone as a teacher. Viewing others as teachers shifts your mindset from judgment to curiosity. It enables you to replace frustration or resentment with empathy and understanding. Here are a few reasons why this principle is transformative. 1. It reduces ego and judgment. When you see everyone as a teacher, you stop judging people solely by their flaws or behaviors. Instead, you start appreciating their humanity and recognizing the lessons they offer, whether through their successes or mistakes. Example: a difficult coworker might teach you patience, boundary setting, or effective communication. Instead of labeling them as annoying, you view them as a catalyst for your growth. 2. It fosters empathy. Understanding that everyone has something to teach you makes you more empathetic. You begin to see others not as obstacles, but as individuals with their own struggles, perspectives, and journeys. Example: a rude customer at a store might remind you of how stress can affect behavior, teaching you the importance of kindness in the face of negativity. 3. It promotes lifelong learning. This principle encourages you to stay curious and humble. By seeking lessons from everyone you meet, you engage in continuous self-improvement and gain insights that enrich your personal and professional life. Example: a child might teach you the value of wonder and spontaneity, while an elderly neighbor might remind you of the wisdom gained through patience and experience. How to transform everyone into a teacher. To fully embrace this principle, you need practical strategies that help you extract lessons from your interactions. Below are actionable steps to integrate this mindset into your daily life. 1. Adopt a mindset of curiosity. Curiosity is the foundation of learning. Approach every person and interaction with an open mind, asking yourself, what can I learn here? Instead of focusing on your assumptions or judgments, become genuinely curious about the other person's perspective, story, and behavior. Practice the next time you meet someone new. Ask open-ended questions. For example, what has been the most meaningful experience in your life, or what challenges have shaped who you are? 2. Reflect on challenging interactions. The most difficult relationships often hold the deepest lessons. When someone frustrates or upsets you, instead of reacting impulsively, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, why is this person triggering me? What lesson might this situation be offering me? How can I grow from this experience? Example: if someone criticizes you unfairly, The lesson might be learning how to handle criticism with grace or how to assertively defend yourself. 3. Practice active listening. Many of life's lessons are hidden in plain sight, waiting to be uncovered through meaningful conversations. Active listening, truly hearing what someone has to say without interrupting or forming a rebuttal, allows you to learn more about others and, in turn, yourself. Practice the next time you're in a conversation. Focus entirely on the speaker. Avoid thinking about what you'll say next. Instead, pay attention to their tone, body language, and underlying emotions. 4. Seek out diverse perspectives. The more diverse the people you interact with, the broader your understanding of the world becomes. Step out of your comfort zone by engaging with individuals from different backgrounds, cultures, or belief systems. Example, attend community events, volunteer, or join groups where you can meet people with different life experiences. Each interaction will expand your horizons and teach you something new. 5. Keep a lessons learned journal. To internalize the lessons you learn from others, keep a journal where you record meaningful interactions and reflections. This practice helps you recognize patterns, track your growth, and reinforce the value of every person you meet. Prompt after each interaction. Ask yourself, what did this person teach me about myself, life, or others? Write down your insights, no matter how small they seem. The different types of teachers in your life. Not all teachers will appear as mentors or guides. Some may challenge or frustrate you, while others may inspire or support you. Here's a breakdown of the different types of teachers you'll encounter. 1. The supportive teacher. These are the people who uplift and encourage you, friends, family, mentors, and colleagues who offer guidance and motivation. They teach you the value of love, trust, and connection. Lesson: learn to appreciate and nurture these relationships. They remind you of the importance of gratitude and mutual support. 2. The challenging teacher. These individuals test your patience, resilience, or emotional strength. They may be critical bosses, difficult family members, or antagonistic strangers. Lesson: they teach you how to set boundaries, manage your emotions, and grow through adversity. 3. The inspirational teacher. These are the people you admire for their achievements, wisdom, or character. They may be leaders, artists, or everyday heroes who inspire you to aim higher. Lesson: learn to emulate their qualities and use their success as a blueprint for your own growth. 4. The reflective teacher. These individuals act as mirrors, revealing your own strengths, weaknesses, and insecurities. Through your interactions with them, you gain deeper self-awareness. Lesson: reflect on what they reveal about your own behaviors, assumptions, and areas for improvement. Real-life examples of transforming people into teachers. 1. A difficult boss. Imagine working under a demanding boss who constantly criticizes your performance. Instead of resenting them, consider what they might be teaching you. Are they pushing you to be more detail-oriented or resilient? Is their feedback an opportunity to grow professionally? 2. A child's perspective. Spending time with a child can remind you of the importance of curiosity, play, and living in the moment. Their questions and observations may challenge you to rethink your assumptions or see the world through fresh eyes. 3. A stranger's kindness. A stranger who helps you in a moment of need teaches you the value of compassion and how small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect. The ripple effect of this mindset. When you embrace the idea that everyone is a teacher, you not only grow personally but also influence others in profound ways. By valuing the lessons people offer, you foster deeper connections and create a ripple effect of positivity. For yourself, you become more patient, empathetic, and open-minded. For others, your attitude of curiosity and respect encourages others to share their wisdom and grow alongside you. Seeing everyone as a teacher is a mindset that transforms ordinary interactions into extraordinary opportunities for growth. Whether you're learning resilience from a challenging relationship, empathy from a stranger's story, or inspiration from a mentor's guidance, each person you encounter enriches your journey. Embrace this principle fully, and you'll find that life's lessons are everywhere, waiting to be discovered. As you master the art of learning from others, you'll cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude, humility, and unshakable peace. Principle 3. Transform envy into emulation. Envy is a complex emotion, one that arises when we perceive others as possessing something we desire, whether it's success, beauty, talent, wealth, or happiness. It's an entirely natural feeling. Yet when left unchecked, envy can fester and become toxic. It can drain your energy, erode your self-esteem, and poison your relationships. However, envy also has a hidden potential. It can serve as a powerful teacher and motivator. By transforming envy into emulation, you can use it as a force for personal growth and self-improvement rather than as a source of negativity. This principle challenges you to reframe your perspective. Instead of resenting others for their achievements, you can admire them, learn from them, and channel your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Let's explore how to master this transformative mindset. Understanding envy. Why do we feel it? Envy is a universal human experience, and its roots run deep. To transform envy into emulation, it's important to first understand why we feel it. 1. The comparison trap. Social comparison is a natural part of human psychology. We measure ourselves against others to evaluate our progress, abilities, and worth. However, in a world dominated by social media, the comparison trap has become a daily struggle. We see curated snapshots of other people's lives, highlight reels of their successes and joys, while we remain acutely aware of our own struggles and flaws. Example, seeing a friend post pictures of their luxurious vacation might make you feel envious if you're unable to afford such an experience. 2. A sense of lack. At its core, envy often stems from a sense of lack or inadequacy. When we feel envious, it's because we believe we're missing something important, whether it's financial stability, professional success, or personal happiness. Example, envying a coworker's promotion might reflect your own desire for recognition or career advancement. 3. Fear of inferiority. Envy can also arise from a fear that someone else's success diminishes your own worth. This zero-sum mindset assumes that there's only so much success or happiness to go around, leading to resentment when others seem to be thriving. Example, watching a peer achieve a major life milestone, like buying a home or starting a family, might trigger feelings of inadequacy if you're not at the same stage in life. The hidden opportunity in envy. While envy feels uncomfortable, it's also a powerful indicator of what you value most. The things, or people, you envy highlight areas of your life where you want to grow or improve. Instead of suppressing envy or letting it consume you, use it as a tool for self-discovery. Ask yourself, what does my envy reveal about my desires and goals? Reframe your mindset, rather than seeing envy as a negative emotion. View it as a signal pointing you toward your aspirations. When you shift your focus from resentment to admiration and action, envy becomes a motivator, propelling you to pursue the things you admire in others. How to transform envy into emulation. The process of turning envy into emulation involves shifting from a passive, negative state to an active, positive one. Here are actionable steps to help you make this transformation. 1. Acknowledge and accept your envy. The first step is to admit that you feel envious. Denying or suppressing your emotions only gives them more power over you. Instead, approach your envy with curiosity and self-compassion. Reflection exercise. When you feel envious, pause and ask yourself, what exactly am I envious of? Why does this matter to me? What does this reveal about my values or goals? By bringing your envy into the light, You can begin to understand its source and reframe it as a learning opportunity. 2. Shift from comparison to inspiration. Instead of viewing others' achievements as threats, see them as evidence of what's possible. If someone else has achieved something you desire, it's proof that it can be done. Let their success inspire you to take action in your own life. Example, if you envy a friend's fitness transformation, use their journey as inspiration to start your own. Learn from their habits, strategies, and discipline. Mantra to adopt: if they can do it, so can I. 3. Learn from the people you envy. Every person you envy has something to teach you. Study their actions, habits, and mindset to uncover the keys to their success. Treat them as a role model rather than a competitor. Questions to ask yourself: what specific qualities or behaviors do I admire about them? What steps did they take to achieve their goals? How can I apply those strategies to my own life? Example, if you envy a colleague's confidence during presentations, observe how they prepare, practice, and carry themselves. Emulate their techniques to improve your own public speaking skills. 4. Turn envy into actionable goals. Envy often arises from a gap between where you are and where you want to be. Use that gap as motivation to set specific, actionable goals. Break down your aspirations into manageable steps and focus on progress rather than perfection. Example, if you envy someone's thriving career, set a goal to improve your skills. Network with industry leaders, or pursue additional certifications. Action plan. Identify the area of life where envy arises, e.g., career, health, relationships. Set a measurable goal, e.g., I will apply for 3 new job opportunities this month. Track your progress and celebrate small victories along the way. 5. Practice gratitude for what you have. Envy often blinds us to our own blessings. By cultivating gratitude, you shift your focus from scarcity to abundance, reducing the grip envy has on your mind. While it's okay to aspire for more, don't lose sight of the value in what you already have. Gratitude exercise each day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for in your life. Reflect on your own achievements, strengths, and opportunities. Reframe your thinking. Instead of saying, I wish I had what they have, say, I'm grateful for what I have, and I'm excited to work toward what I want. 6. Celebrate others' successes. One of the most liberating ways to transform envy is to genuinely celebrate the achievements of those you admire. This practice shifts your energy from resentment to joy, strengthening your relationships and fostering a mindset of abundance. Practice: when someone achieves something you envy, congratulate them wholeheartedly. Acknowledge their hard work and let their success inspire you to pursue your own goals. Example, if a friend lands their dream job, instead of feeling bitter, ask them how they achieved it. Use their advice to guide your own career journey. 7. Focus on your unique journey. Envy often stems from comparing your behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's highlight reel. Remember that everyone's path is different, and success looks different for each person. Focus on your own growth and measure progress by your own standards, not by someone else's timeline. Affirmation to repeat: I am on my own unique journey, and I trust the process. The benefits of transforming envy into emulation. When you harness envy as a tool for growth, it unlocks a range of positive outcomes. Increased motivation. Instead of feeling stuck, you channel your energy into pursuing your goals. Personal growth. By learning from others, you gain new skills, insights, and perspectives. Stronger relationships. Celebrating others' successes fosters connection and goodwill. Inner peace. Letting go of resentment creates emotional freedom and contentment. Real-life example: turning envy into emulation. The fitness journey. Imagine you feel envious of a friend who has transformed their body through fitness. Instead of stewing in resentment, you decide to ask them about their journey. They share their workout routine, nutrition plan, and tips for staying consistent. Inspired by their story, you set a goal to exercise 3 times a week and gradually improve your eating habits. Over time, you notice progress in your own fitness journey, and you realize that your friend's success was the catalyst for your transformation. Envy is not inherently bad, it's a signal, a spark, a reminder of what matters to you. By shifting your perspective, you can transform envy from a destructive force into a powerful motivator for personal growth. Admire the people you envy, learn from their successes, and channel that energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, life is not a competition but a journey of self-discovery and improvement. The next time envy arises, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Then, take action. Emulate what you admire. And in time, you'll find yourself achieving your own version of success and inspiring others along the way. Principle 4. Be strict with yourself but tolerant of others. One of the most profound principles for cultivating inner peace, wisdom, and meaningful relationships is learning to hold yourself to high standards while showing tolerance and understanding toward others. This duality, strictness with yourself and tolerance for others, embodies both discipline and compassion, allowing you to grow as an individual without falling into the trap of harsh judgment or unrealistic expectations of others. Rooted in ancient philosophies like Stoicism and Buddhism, this principle teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own actions, thoughts, and attitudes. While it's natural to expect others to live up to certain standards, this expectation often leads to frustration and disappointment because everyone is navigating their own unique struggles and perspectives. By redirecting your energy inward on improving yourself and offering grace outward, you strike a balance that fosters both personal excellence and harmonious relationships. Let's explore how to live by this principle, the challenges it addresses, and practical steps to apply it in everyday life. The philosophy behind being strict with yourself. At its core, being strict with yourself means holding yourself accountable for your actions, decisions, and attitudes. It's about striving to embody the values and standards you admire, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. By setting a high bar for your own behavior, you cultivate discipline, self-respect, and integrity. Why is this important? You are the only person you can control. It's easy to fall into the trap of trying to control or fix others. But ultimately, the only person whose actions and thoughts you have power over is yourself. Holding yourself to high standards ensures that you lead by example rather than wasting energy on trying to change others. Self-discipline fuels growth. Personal growth and success stem from discipline and self-awareness. When you are strict with yourself, you prioritize your goals, values, and responsibilities, building a foundation for long-term fulfillment. Integrity over hypocrisy. If you expect others to behave ethically, kindly, or diligently, you must first ensure that you're doing the same. Holding yourself to high standards prevents hypocrisy and builds trust in your relationships. What does it mean to be strict with yourself? Being strict with yourself doesn't mean being overly harsh or critical. Instead, it means practicing self-discipline while maintaining self-compassion. It's about setting clear goals and consistently working toward them, taking responsibility for your mistakes without deflecting blame, living in alignment with your core values, resisting temptations and distractions that pull you away from your purpose. Example, if you value punctuality, being strict with yourself means making every effort to be on time rather than making excuses when you're late. Why tolerance toward others is essential. While being strict with yourself is crucial for personal growth, being tolerant of others is equally important for building empathy, understanding, and stronger relationships. Expecting others to meet the same standards you set for yourself often leads to frustration, resentment, and a judgmental attitude. Tolerance, on the other hand, creates space for grace, patience, and acceptance. Why do we struggle to be tolerant of others? Ego and pride. When we excel in certain areas, we may subconsciously expect others to match our level of discipline, effort, or skill. This often stems from the ego, which craves superiority and validation. Unrealistic expectations. We sometimes forget that others are dealing with challenges, weaknesses, or life circumstances we can't see. Holding others to the same standards we set for ourselves ignores their unique context and journey. Projection of insecurities. Sometimes, our intolerance toward others is a projection of our own insecurities or frustrations. For example, if you're hard on yourself for procrastinating, you may be overly critical of others who do the same. The benefits of being tolerant. Strengthens relationships. Tolerance fosters trust and connection, allowing others to feel safe and understood in your presence. Reduces conflict. When you approach others with patience and empathy, you avoid unnecessary arguments and misunderstandings. Promotes inner peace. Letting go of the need to control or judge others frees you from frustration and disappointment. How to balance strictness with yourself and tolerance for others. Striking this balance requires intentionality and mindfulness. Here are practical strategies to help you embody this principle in your daily life. 1. Focus on your sphere of control. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Instead of trying to control how others behave, focus on what you can control: your own actions, reactions, and mindset. Practice. The next time someone disappoints or frustrates you, pause and remind yourself, I cannot control their actions, but I can control my response. Shift your focus to how you can handle the situation with grace and composure. 2. Lead by example. Rather than imposing your standards on others, demonstrate them through your actions. Leading by example inspires others far more effectively than criticism or judgment. Example: if you value honesty, practice radical honesty in your own life rather than criticizing others for lying. If you want others to be kind, show consistent kindness in your interactions. 3. Practice empathy. Recognize that everyone is fighting battles you cannot see. Instead of assuming the worst about others, try to understand their perspective and challenges. Exercise. When someone falls short of your expectations, ask yourself, what might they be going through that I don't know about? Have I ever made a similar mistake? How would I want someone to treat me in that situation? Empathy shifts your mindset from frustration to compassion. 4. Set boundaries without judgment. Tolerance doesn't mean tolerating harmful or disrespectful behavior. You can be understanding of others while still setting healthy boundaries to protect your peace and well-being. Example: if a friend frequently cancels plans last minute, instead of resenting them, recognize that they may be overwhelmed. However, you can still express your need for reliability and make adjustments to protect your time. 5. Embrace the imperfection of humanity. No one, including yourself, is perfect. Embracing this truth allows you to release unrealistic expectations and approach others with humility. Affirmation. Repeat to yourself, just as I am a work in progress, so are they. 6. Reflect on your own shortcomings. When you feel tempted to judge others, take a moment to reflect on your own imperfections. This practice fosters humility and reminds you that no one is immune to mistakes. Reflection exercise. Think of a time when you fell short or let someone down. How did you want to be treated in that moment? Use this memory to guide your response to others. 7. Balance compassion with self-accountability. While tolerance is important, don't let it become an excuse to lower your own standards. Balance compassion for others with unwavering commitment to your own growth and discipline. Practice. Set personal goals and track your progress, but don't impose those goals on others. Celebrate your wins privately while encouraging others to pursue their unique paths. Practical scenarios: applying the principle in real life. Scenario 1, a team project. The situation, you're working on a team project, and one member isn't contributing as much as you'd like. Strictness with yourself, focus on giving your best effort and meeting your responsibilities. Tolerance for others, instead of blaming or resenting the team member. Consider their circumstances. Are they dealing with personal challenges? Could they benefit from clearer communication or support? Scenario 2, a friend's habitual tardiness. The situation, your friend is always late for meetups, which frustrates you. Strictness with yourself, make an effort to be punctual yourself. Respecting others' time. Tolerance for others, recognize that your friend's tardiness may stem from poor time management, not disrespect. Set boundaries by adjusting your expectations or communicating how their behavior impacts you. The rewards of living by this principle. Inner peace, by focusing on your own growth and releasing judgment of others. You free yourself from frustration and resentment. Stronger relationships, tolerance fosters understanding and trust. Strengthening your connections with others. Personal growth, holding yourself to high standards accelerates your personal and professional development. Inspiration to others, by leading by example. You inspire others to improve themselves without the need for criticism or pressure. Be strict with yourself, but tolerant of others is more than just a principle, it's a way of life that nurtures both personal excellence and harmonious relationships. It reminds us that while we are responsible for our own actions and growth, others are walking their own paths, with their own struggles and lessons to learn. When you commit to this principle, you cultivate discipline, humility, and empathy. You create a life rooted in self-respect and understanding, allowing both yourself and others the space to grow and thrive. Remember, the only person you can truly change is yourself, but in doing so, you might just inspire the world around you. Principle 5. No one can hurt you without your consent. In life, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. This profound principle teaches us that emotional pain does not come solely from external events or the actions of others, but from how we interpret and respond to those events. No one can truly hurt you without your consent because the power to assign meaning and significance to words, actions, or situations rests entirely within you. This concept is deeply rooted in philosophies such as Stoicism and mindfulness traditions. While the actions of others may challenge us, frustrate us, or even provoke us, it is ultimately our own mind that decides whether to take offense, feel hurt, or suffer. By internalizing this principle, you gain the ability to navigate life with emotional resilience, self-mastery, and an unshakable sense of peace. Let's explore how you can embody this principle in your daily life. Understand its nuances, and apply practical strategies to maintain your emotional sovereignty. The foundation of this principle, pain versus perception. When someone says or does something hurtful, your natural reaction might be anger, sadness, or defensiveness. This emotional response feels automatic, but in reality, it's shaped by your perception of the event. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. 1. Emotional pain comes from interpretation. Words, actions, or events are neutral until we assign them meaning. For example, if someone insults you, their words have no inherent power until you internalize them as an attack on your self-worth. If you are ignored or rejected, the situation only becomes painful if you interpret it as a reflection of your value as a person. It's not the insult or rejection that hurts, it's your decision to believe and attach significance to it. 2. The power of free will. No one can control your thoughts or emotions without your permission. While you can't stop someone from saying or doing something harmful, you have the ultimate authority over how you react. This realization puts you in the driver's seat of your emotional experience. Why do we give others the power to hurt us, despite knowing that our responses are within our control? Many of us still feel deeply hurt by the actions or words of others. Why is this? Understanding the root causes of this tendency can help you overcome it. 1. Ego and attachment to validation. The ego craves validation and approval. When someone criticizes or disrespects you, it feels like a direct attack on your sense of self-worth. This attachment to external validation makes you vulnerable to emotional pain. Example, a coworker makes a snide remark about your performance, and you immediately feel offended because your ego interprets their comment as a threat to your competence. 2. Personal insecurities. Often, the things that hurt us the most are those that touch upon our own insecurities. If you feel unsure about a certain aspect of yourself, criticism in that area will sting more deeply. Example, if you're insecure about your appearance, a comment about your weight or clothing might feel devastating, even if it's untrue or made in jest. 3. Over-identification with external circumstances. When you tie your happiness or self-worth to external factors, like relationships, achievements, or others' opinions, you give away your emotional autonomy. Any disruption in these areas can feel like a personal attack. Example, if you depend on your partner's approval for your sense of worth, a moment of neglect or criticism from them might feel crushing. How to take back your power. Living by the principle that no one can hurt you without your consent requires building emotional resilience and shifting your mindset. Here are practical strategies to help you embody this principle and protect your peace. 1. Pause before reacting. When someone says or does something hurtful, your initial reaction might be emotional and impulsive. However, you can train yourself to pause and create space between the stimulus and your response. Practice. When you feel hurt, take a deep breath and count to 5 before responding. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy, or how can I interpret this in a way that protects my peace? This pause allows you to choose a thoughtful response instead of reacting emotionally. 2. Reframe the situation. Reframing is the art of seeing a situation from a different, more empowering perspective. Instead of assuming the worst or taking things personally, try to view the event as neutral or even positive. Example, if someone insults you, think, their words reflect their state of mind, not my worth. If you're rejected, remind yourself, this is an opportunity to redirect my energy towards something better suited for me. Reframing shifts your focus from emotional pain to personal growth. 3. Build emotional independence. Emotional independence means detaching your sense of self-worth from external factors like others' opinions or behavior. By cultivating self-esteem and confidence from within, you become less vulnerable to outside influences. Practice self-affirmation. Each day, write down 3 things you value about yourself that are not dependent on external validation. Repeat affirmations like, my worth is inherent, and no one can take it away. Example, instead of seeking approval from a colleague, focus on your own standards for success and growth. 4. Separate yourself from the opinion of others. People's words and actions are often reflections of their own thoughts, struggles, or insecurities, not objective truths about you. By depersonalizing their behavior, you can protect yourself from unnecessary pain. Mantra to repeat, what others think of me is none of my business. Example, if someone criticizes your lifestyle choices, remind yourself that their opinion is shaped by their own worldview, not by an absolute truth. 5. Practice forgiveness for your own peace. Holding on to anger or resentment only prolongs your suffering. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, it means releasing the emotional burden so you can move forward. Exercise. Write a letter to someone who hurt you, but don't send it. Express your feelings. Then end with, I release you and this pain. I choose peace. Focus on forgiving for your own benefit, not for theirs. 6. Focus on what you can control. You can't control how others behave, but you can control how you interpret and respond to their actions. Shifting your focus to what's within your power prevents you from feeling helpless or victimized. Practice. When faced with a hurtful situation, Write 2 lists. What I can control, e.g., my reaction, my attitude. What I can't control, e.g., their behavior, their opinions. Let go of the second list and focus only on the first. 7. Develop inner strength through mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded in the present moment, preventing you from ruminating on past hurts or worrying about others' opinions. Regular mindfulness practice builds emotional resilience and self-awareness. Meditation exercise. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. As thoughts arise, observe them without judgment and let them go. When a painful memory or thought surfaces, label it as just a thought and return to your breath. This practice trains your mind to let go of emotional pain more easily. Real-life scenarios applying this principle. 1. A critic at work. Situation: a coworker publicly criticizes your ideas during a meeting. Reaction: instead of feeling humiliated, pause and remind yourself that their criticism reflects their perspective, not your competence. Respond calmly and professionally, focusing on constructive dialogue. 2. A friend's insensitive comment. Situation: a friend makes a sarcastic remark about your personal life. Reaction: instead of taking it personally, consider whether their comment was meant to harm or if it stemmed from their own insecurities. Choose to either laugh it off or address it calmly later. The benefits of living by this principle. Emotional freedom: by refusing to give others power over your emotions, you liberate yourself from unnecessary suffering. Increased confidence: trusting in your own worth builds unshakable self-esteem. Stronger relationships: by not taking things personally, you approach conflicts with empathy and understanding. Resilience in adversity: external challenges no longer derail your inner peace, allowing you to navigate life with grace and strength. The idea that no one can hurt you without your consent is a profound reminder of your inherent power. While you cannot control what others say or do, you can always control how you interpret and respond to their actions. This principle is not about denying your emotions or suppressing pain. It's about reclaiming your emotional sovereignty and choosing peace over suffering. Every time you practice this principle, you reinforce your ability to rise above negativity and maintain your inner calm. With time and mindfulness, you will discover that no insult, rejection, or criticism has the power to shake your sense of self-worth. You are the guardian of your peace, protected fiercely. Principle 6. The power of acceptance. In a world filled with uncertainty, change, and challenges, one of the most transformative principles you can embrace is the power of acceptance. Life often doesn't go as planned. People let us down. Situations arise that are beyond our control, and outcomes rarely match our expectations. Yet, the ability to accept these realities, rather than resist them, is the cornerstone of inner peace, emotional resilience, and true freedom. Acceptance is not about passivity or resignation. It doesn't mean giving up or ignoring the need for action. Instead, acceptance is a courageous act of acknowledging reality as it is, without judgment or resistance. It is the practice of letting go of the struggle against what you cannot change and focusing your energy on what you can influence. This principle allows you to embrace life fully, finding harmony in its imperfections. Let us explore the profound power of acceptance, why it matters, and how to integrate it into your daily life. What is acceptance? Acceptance is the ability to face life's challenges, setbacks, and imperfections with grace and equanimity. It means recognizing that certain things are outside of your control and choosing to respond to them with understanding rather than resistance. Acceptance is often misunderstood as weakness or complacency. However, it is, in fact, a strength. It requires wisdom to discern what cannot be changed, humility to let go of the need for control, and courage to embrace life's unpredictability. Key aspects of acceptance. Acknowledging reality. Acceptance begins with seeing things as they truly are, without denial or wishful thinking. Letting go of resistance. Resistance creates suffering. When you stop fighting reality, you free yourself from unnecessary pain. Focusing on what you can control, acceptance doesn't mean inaction. It means directing your energy toward areas where you can make a difference. Why is acceptance so powerful? Acceptance holds the key to emotional freedom, inner peace, and resilience. When you resist reality, you create inner conflict. But when you accept it, you unlock the ability to move forward with clarity and strength. 1. Acceptance reduces suffering. Much of the pain we experience doesn't come from the events themselves, but from our resistance to them. For example, when something doesn't go your way, you might replay the situation in your mind, wishing it had turned out differently. This resistance to reality only amplifies your suffering. Acceptance allows you to acknowledge your disappointment or sadness without clinging to it. By accepting the situation, you free yourself from the mental anguish of wishing it were different. Example, if a flight gets delayed, resisting the situation by complaining or stressing won't change the outcome. Accepting the delay allows you to remain calm and adapt, making the best of your time. 2. Acceptance builds resilience. Life is full of challenges, but those who practice acceptance are better equipped to handle them. Instead of wasting energy resisting what has already happened, they focus on adapting and finding solutions. Resilience comes from recognizing that difficulties are a natural part of life and choosing to face them with grace. Example, if you lose your job, acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging the loss, processing your emotions, and then channeling your energy into finding new opportunities. 3. Acceptance improves relationships. In relationships, conflict often arises when we resist or try to change others. Acceptance fosters empathy, understanding, and harmony by allowing you to embrace people as they are, flaws and all. Example, if your partner has a habit that annoys you, resisting it through criticism or nagging may strain your relationship. Acceptance doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but it does mean choosing your battles wisely and recognizing the difference between a minor annoyance and a serious issue. 4. Acceptance brings inner peace. When you stop resisting reality, you create space for inner calm and contentment. Acceptance allows you to live fully in the present moment, unburdened by regret over the past or anxiety about the future. Mantra: I accept what I cannot change, and I choose to focus on what I can. What acceptance is not. Before diving deeper, it's important to clarify what acceptance is not. Misunderstanding this principle can lead to passivity or avoidance, which are counterproductive. Acceptance is not giving up. Accepting a challenge doesn't mean surrendering to it. It means acknowledging its presence so you can take appropriate action. Example, if you're diagnosed with an illness, acceptance means recognizing the diagnosis so you can seek treatment, not ignoring it or giving up hope. Acceptance is not approving of harmful behavior. Accepting someone's actions doesn't mean condoning them. It means recognizing their behavior for what it is and deciding how to respond without unnecessary anger or resentment. Example, if someone treats you unfairly, acceptance allows you to set boundaries while letting go of the need to change their behavior. Acceptance is not passivity. Acceptance and action go hand in hand. When you accept reality, you can make more thoughtful and effective choices. How to cultivate acceptance in your daily life. Acceptance is a skill that can be cultivated with practice and mindfulness. Here are practical steps to help you embrace the power of acceptance. 1. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. When you're mindful, you can recognize resistance and consciously choose to let it go. Exercise. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each day focusing on your breath. As thoughts or feelings arise, observe them without trying to change them. Simply acknowledge their presence and let them pass. When faced with a challenging situation, pause and ask yourself, what am I resisting right now? How can I accept this moment as it is? 2. Use the serenity prayer. The Serenity Prayer offers a powerful framework for practicing acceptance. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Application. When faced with a difficulty, break it down into two categories. Things I cannot change, e.g., the past. Other people's actions. Things I can change, e.g., my attitude, my response. Focus your energy only on what you can influence. 3. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Reframing is a powerful tool for acceptance. Instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Example, if you're passed over for a promotion, reframe the situation as an opportunity to develop new skills, improve your performance, or explore other career paths. 4. Let go of shoulds. Resistance often stems from rigid expectations about how things should be. Letting go of these shoulds frees you from unnecessary frustration and disappointment. Exercise. Write down any thoughts or beliefs that include the word should, e.g., this person should respect me, or life should be easier. Challenge these beliefs by asking, is this expectation realistic or helpful? How can I accept what is instead of clinging to what should be? 5. Practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. By appreciating what you have, you cultivate a mindset of acceptance and abundance. Exercise each day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, even if they're small. This practice helps you focus on the positives in your life rather than resisting the negatives. 6. Release the need for control. Much of our resistance comes from a desire to control things that are beyond our influence. By letting go of this need, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. Mantra: I release what I cannot control and trust the process of life. The benefits of embracing acceptance. Emotional freedom. Acceptance liberates you from the mental and emotional burden of resistance, allowing you to feel lighter and more at peace. Improve decision-making. By focusing on what you can control, you make more thoughtful and effective choices. Stronger relationships. Acceptance fosters empathy and understanding, improving your ability to connect with others. Greater resilience. Acceptance helps you adapt to life's challenges, bounce back from setbacks, and face the future with confidence. Deeper joy. When you stop resisting the imperfections of life, you open yourself to the beauty and richness of the present moment. Real-life example of acceptance. The job loss. Imagine you lose your job unexpectedly. Initially, you feel anger, fear, and disappointment. Resisting the reality of the situation only amplifies your suffering. Acceptance. You take time to process your emotions and acknowledge the loss. Instead of dwelling on what you can't change, you focus on updating your resume, reaching out to your network, and exploring new career opportunities. By accepting the situation, you redirect your energy toward growth and adaptation, turning a setback into a stepping stone. Acceptance is not about giving up or ignoring life's challenges, it's about facing reality with courage, grace, and an open heart. By letting go of resistance and embracing what is, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and create space for peace, growth, and transformation. The power of acceptance lies in its ability to align you with life's flow. Instead of fighting against the current, you learn to swim with it, navigating challenges with resilience and strength. Start small, practice accepting a minor inconvenience or disappointment today, and watch as this principle transforms your perspective. One moment at a time. Principle 7. Living according to nature. To live a life of unshakable peace, fulfillment, and purpose, one must align with the natural order of existence, a concept referred to as living according to nature. Rooted in Stoic philosophy and echoed across spiritual and philosophical traditions, this principle invites us to embrace our intrinsic humanity, respect the interconnectedness of all life, and live in harmony with our true essence and the world around us. Living according to nature doesn't mean retreating into the wilderness or abandoning modern life. Rather, it means understanding your role as a rational, social, and compassionate being, and living in alignment with your core values, purpose, and the rhythms of the natural world. By doing so, you cultivate inner peace, moral clarity, and a deep sense of belonging in the grander scheme of life. In this exploration of Principle 7, we'll dive into its meaning, why it matters, and practical steps to embody it in your daily life. What does it mean to live according to nature? At its core, living according to nature means aligning your actions, choices, and mindset with the natural order of life. It involves embracing your humanity, your strengths, limitations, and potential, while also honoring the interconnectedness of all living things. Let's break this concept into 3 key dimensions. 1. Understanding your human nature. As humans, we are unique in our capacity for reason, self-reflection, and moral discernment. Living according to nature means using these abilities to guide your actions and decisions, rather than being ruled by base impulses or fleeting desires. What it means: recognizing your ability to think rationally and act virtuously, seeking personal growth while respecting your limitations, striving to live with integrity, kindness, and purpose. Example: instead of reacting with anger when criticized, pause and respond with reason, asking yourself, how can I approach this situation constructively? 2. Embracing the interconnectedness of life. Nature is a vast web of interdependence, where every action has consequences and every being plays a role. Living according to nature involves recognizing this interconnectedness and acting in ways that benefit not just yourself, but the greater whole. What it means: acknowledging your role in the larger community of humanity and nature, acting with compassion and contributing to the well-being of others, avoiding actions that harm the environment or disrupt harmony. Example: being mindful of your consumption habits by reducing waste and making sustainable choices, recognizing that your actions impact the planet and future generations. 3. Flowing with life's rhythms. Nature operates in cycles, seasons change, life begins and ends, and challenges arise and resolve. Living according to nature means accepting these rhythms instead of resisting them. It's about embracing impermanence, adapting to change, and finding peace in life's ebb and flow. What it means: letting go of the need to control everything, accepting change and uncertainty as natural parts of life, trusting the process of growth, even during difficult times. Example: when faced with a setback, instead of despairing, remind yourself that hardships are temporary and part of life's natural rhythm. Use the experience to learn and grow. Why is living according to nature important? The principle of living according to nature is not just a philosophical idea, it's a practical framework for achieving a meaningful, balanced, and harmonious life. Here's why it matters. 1. It cultivates inner peace. When you align with the natural flow of life, you stop resisting reality. You accept life's imperfections, embrace its unpredictability, and find serenity in the present moment. Example: instead of being frustrated by aging or loss, you recognize them as natural processes, choosing gratitude for the time and experiences you've had. 2. It provides moral clarity. Living according to nature means living virtuously, acting with honesty, kindness, courage, and justice. These values serve as a compass for navigating complex situations and making decisions you can be proud of. Example: when faced with an ethical dilemma at work, you prioritize integrity over short-term gain, knowing that virtue aligns with your higher nature. 3. It promotes sustainable living. By recognizing your interconnectedness with the natural world, you become more mindful of your impact on the environment and others. This leads to more sustainable and compassionate choices. Example: Choosing to reduce single-use plastics or support eco-friendly initiatives reflects your commitment to preserving the balance of nature. 4. It fosters resilience. Nature teaches us that change and adversity are inevitable. By aligning with this truth, you build resilience, learning to adapt and grow rather than resisting or fearing change. Example, after losing a job, you accept the setback as part of life cycle and focus on finding new opportunities instead of dwelling on the loss. How to live according to nature, practical steps. Living according to nature is a lifelong practice that involves mindfulness, self-awareness, and intentional action. Here are practical steps to help you embody this principle. 1. Embrace simplicity. Nature thrives in simplicity. Living according to nature means letting go of excess, whether it's material possessions, unhealthy habits, or unnecessary stress, and focusing on what truly matters. Practice. Declutter your physical and mental space by letting go of things, relationships, or commitments that don't align with your values. Prioritize experiences, relationships, and personal growth over material wealth. 2. Align your actions with your values. To live in harmony with your nature, you must identify and act in alignment with your core values. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? Use your answer to guide your decisions. Exercise. Write down your top 5 values, e.g., honesty, kindness, growth, sustainability. Reflect on whether your daily actions align with these values. If not, identify changes you can make. 3. Spend time in nature. Nature is not just a metaphor, it is a physical space that can ground and inspire you. Spending time outdoors helps you reconnect with the natural world and your place within it. Practice. Go for a walk in the park, hike in the woods, or simply sit by a body of water. Observe the sights, sounds, and rhythms of nature. Use this time to reflect on your life and find perspective. 4. Accept impermanence. Change is a fundamental part of nature. Embracing impermanence allows you to let go of attachments, move on from the past, and face the future with grace. Mantra to repeat: this too shall pass. Change is a natural part of life, and I trust its flow. 5. Practice gratitude and mindfulness. Gratitude and mindfulness keep you grounded in the present moment and attuned to life's beauty. They help you appreciate what you have instead of constantly striving for more. Exercise. Start a gratitude journal, listing 3 things you're thankful for each day. Practice mindful breathing or meditation to connect with the present moment. 6. Act for the greater good. Living according to nature means recognizing that your actions impact others and the world. Strive to contribute positively to your community and environment. Practice. Volunteer for causes that align with your values. Make choices that benefit not just yourself but also others, like supporting local businesses or mentoring someone in need. 7. Learn from nature's wisdom. Nature itself offers profound lessons in patience, resilience, and harmony. Observe how it adapts, evolves, and thrives without resistance. Example: a tree bends with the wind instead of breaking, teaching flexibility. Seasons change without resistance, reminding us that life cycles are natural and necessary. Real-life examples of living according to nature. 1. Adapting to change. When a relationship ends, instead of resisting or dwelling on the loss, you accept it as a natural part of life. You focus on healing, learning from the experience, and opening yourself to new possibilities. 2. Sustainable living. You choose to live more sustainably by reducing waste, consuming mindfully, and supporting eco-friendly initiatives. These choices reflect your understanding of humanity's role in preserving the planet. 3. Aligning career with values. Rather than chasing a high-paying job that doesn't fulfill you, you pursue work that aligns with your purpose and values, even if it requires sacrifices. This decision brings deeper satisfaction and peace. Living according to nature is about embracing your humanity, respecting the interconnectedness of life, and finding harmony with the world around you. It's a philosophy of simplicity, resilience, and purpose that encourages you to align your actions with your values and trust the natural flow of life. By embodying this principle, you cultivate not only inner peace, but also a sense of connection to something greater than yourself. Start small, spend time in nature, simplify your life, and reflect on your role in the world. As you align with the natural order, you'll discover a life of balance, fulfillment, and unshakable tranquility. Principle 8. Focus on ethical living. Ethical living is the foundation of a life guided by integrity, purpose, and inner peace. It means living in alignment with your core values and principles, making choices that reflect kindness, honesty, fairness, and accountability. When you focus on ethical living, you create harmony between your actions and your conscience, reducing inner conflict and cultivating a deep sense of fulfillment. This principle is not about perfection or rigid adherence to rules. Instead, it is about striving to do the right thing, even when it is difficult, and learning from your mistakes. Ethical living requires self-awareness, empathy, and the courage to prioritize what is morally right over convenience or personal gain. By embracing this principle, you not only elevate your own character, but also inspire those around you and contribute positively to the world. Let us explore the importance of ethical living, its benefits, and practical ways to incorporate it into your daily life. What is ethical living? Ethical living is a commitment to making decisions and taking actions that align with your values and contribute to the well-being of others. It involves being mindful of the impact of your choices on yourself, other people, and the world at large, and striving to live in a way that reflects respect, fairness, and compassion. Key elements of ethical living: integrity, acting consistently with your values, even when no one is watching. Empathy, considering the feelings, needs, and perspectives of others. Fairness, treating people justly, without bias or favoritism. Accountability, taking responsibility for your actions and their consequences. Sustainability, making choices that support the long-term health of the planet and future generations. Why ethical living matters. Living ethically is about more than just doing the right thing. It's about creating a life of purpose, trust, and harmony. Here's why ethical living is so important. 1. Inner peace and self-respect. When you live ethically, your actions align with your values, which fosters a sense of integrity and self-respect. You can look at yourself in the mirror without guilt or regret, knowing you've acted in accordance with your conscience. Example, choosing to admit a mistake at work, even though it's uncomfortable, allows you to maintain your integrity and self-respect. 2. Stronger relationships. Ethical living builds trust and respect in your relationships. When you act honestly and compassionately, others feel safe and valued in your presence. Example, being truthful with a friend, even when it's difficult, strengthens the bond of trust between you. 3. Positive impact on the world. Every ethical choice you make contributes to a better world. Whether it's treating others with kindness, supporting social justice, or living sustainably, your actions ripple outward, inspiring others and creating positive change. Example, supporting fair trade products ensures that workers are treated fairly, contributing to global equity and sustainability. 4. Resilience in adversity. When you live ethically, you develop a strong moral compass that guides you through challenges and tough decisions. Even in difficult times, your commitment to doing what's right provides clarity and strength. Example, standing up against unethical practices at work, even at personal risk, reinforces your integrity and inspires others to do the same. 5. Long-term fulfillment. Ethical living prioritizes long-term values over short-term gratification. By focusing on what truly matters, like relationships, character, and purpose, you create a life of lasting meaning and satisfaction. Challenges to ethical living. While the benefits of ethical living are profound, practicing it consistently can be challenging. Here are some common obstacles and how to overcome them. 1. Temptation of short-term gains. It's easy to justify unethical choices when they promise immediate rewards, like convenience, profit, or popularity. However, these choices often lead to regret and inner conflict. Solution: pause and ask yourself, will this choice align with my values? Will I be proud of this decision in the long term? 2. Fear of judgment or rejection. Sometimes, living ethically means going against the crowd, which can lead to criticism or exclusion. Solution: remember that ethical living is about being true to yourself, not pleasing everyone. Surround yourself with like-minded people who support your values. 3. Complexity of ethical dilemmas. Life isn't always black and white, and ethical decisions can be complex. You may face situations where values conflict, or the right course of action isn't clear. Solution: reflect deeply. Seek advice from trusted mentors, and prioritize the greater good. When in doubt, choose the path that aligns with empathy, fairness, and respect. 4. Overwhelming responsibility. The more you embrace ethical living, the more aware you become of the far-reaching impact of your choices, which can feel overwhelming. Solution: focus on what's within your control. You don't have to change the world overnight. Small, consistent ethical actions add up over time. Practical steps to live ethically. Ethical living is a daily practice that requires mindfulness and intentionality. Here are practical ways to align your life with this principle. 1. Define your core values. Ethical living begins with knowing what matters most to you. Take time to identify your core values, such as honesty, kindness, justice, or sustainability, and use them as a guide for your decisions. Exercise: write down your top 5 values and reflect on how they influence your daily actions. 2. Practice honesty and transparency. Honesty is the cornerstone of ethical living. Commit to speaking and acting truthfully, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. Example: if you make a mistake, own up to it instead of deflecting blame. 3. Treat others with kindness and empathy. Put yourself in others' shoes and consider how your actions affect them. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference. Example: listen attentively when someone shares their feelings, and respond with compassion rather than judgment. 4. Make ethical consumer choices. Your purchasing decisions have a significant impact on workers, animals, and the environment. Choose products and services that align with your values. Practice: support fair trade, cruelty-free, and eco-friendly brands. Reduce waste by buying less, reusing, and recycling. 5. Stand up for what's right. Living ethically sometimes means challenging injustice or unethical behavior. While this can be uncomfortable, it's essential for creating positive change. Example: if you witness discrimination or wrongdoing, speak up or take action to support those affected. 6. Be accountable for your actions. Take responsibility for your decisions and their consequences. When you fall short of your values, acknowledge it, make amends, and strive to do better. Practice: reflect on your day and identify moments where you acted ethically and areas where you can improve. 7. Support causes that align with your values. Contributing to causes you care about is a powerful way to live ethically and make a positive impact. Example: volunteer for a local charity, donate to organizations fighting injustice, or advocate for policies that promote fairness and equality. 8. Lead by example. Your actions speak louder than words. By living ethically, you inspire others to do the same. creating a ripple effect of positive change. Practice, be a role model in your family, workplace, and community, demonstrating integrity, kindness, and fairness in your interactions. The benefits of ethical living. When you commit to ethical living, the rewards are profound and far-reaching. Here's what you can expect to gain. Inner peace, aligning your actions with your values eliminates guilt and fosters self-respect. Stronger relationships, acting with honesty and kindness builds trust and deepens connections. A clear conscience, taking responsibility for your actions allows you to sleep soundly at night. Positive impact, your choices contribute to a more just, compassionate, and sustainable world. Lasting fulfillment, ethical living prioritizes long-term purpose and growth over fleeting gratification. Real-life examples of ethical living. 1. Workplace ethics. You notice a colleague taking credit for your work. Instead of retaliating or holding resentment, you calmly address the issue with your supervisor, maintaining professionalism and fairness. 2. Environmental responsibility. You reduce your carbon footprint by biking to work, using reusable bags, and supporting renewable energy initiatives, recognizing your role in protecting the planet. 3. Honest communication. A friend asks for your opinion on a sensitive matter. You offer your perspective with honesty and tact, balancing truthfulness with compassion. Ethical living is not a destination, but a lifelong journey of striving to be the best version of yourself. It's about making choices that reflect your values, even when it's difficult, and learning from your mistakes along the way. By focusing on ethical living, you create a life of integrity, purpose, and harmony, one that benefits not only yourself, but also the people and world around you. Start small, identify one ethical habit you can adopt today. Whether it's practicing honesty, showing kindness, or making a sustainable choice. Over time, these small actions will add up, shaping a life you can be proud of and inspiring others to follow your example. Ethical living isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. Principle 9. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for cultivating inner peace and finding meaning in life. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, reminding us that even in the darkest moments, there is still something to be thankful for. Practicing gratitude isn't just a fleeting sentiment, it's a mindset and way of life that transforms how we experience the world. Let's explore this principle in depth. The nature of gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's about fully acknowledging the blessings, opportunities, and even challenges in our lives. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This quote encapsulates the essence of gratitude, an awareness of life's inherent value. Even in its simplest forms, gratitude requires mindfulness. It involves paying attention to the present moment and recognizing the good around you, even when life feels overwhelming. When we pause to reflect on what we have, our health, loved ones, the beauty of nature, or the lessons we've learned from struggles, we cultivate a profound sense of contentment. Why gratitude is essential? Gratitude is essential for achieving unshakable peace because it transforms our perspective. Here's why gratitude matters. Shifting from scarcity to abundance. When we focus on what we don't have, we create feelings of lack and dissatisfaction. Gratitude flips this mindset by highlighting abundance. Instead of asking, "Why don't I have more?" gratitude helps us ask, "How much do I already have?" For example, instead of lamenting not having the latest smartphone, reflect on the privilege of even owning a phone that connects you to the world. Fostering resilience in difficult times. Life is full of challenges, but gratitude allows us to find meaning and even growth in adversity. When faced with a setback, practice gratitude by asking, "What can I learn from this?" or "What small blessing exists within this challenge?" Gratitude doesn't eliminate pain but reframes it as part of a larger, meaningful journey. Improving emotional well-being. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly experience higher levels of happiness, reduced anxiety, and greater emotional resilience. Gratitude acts as a mental reset, steering our thoughts away from negativity and toward positivity. Strengthening relationships. Expressing gratitude toward others deepens our connections and fosters mutual respect and appreciation. When you thank someone sincerely, it strengthens the bond and reminds both of you of the value of your relationship. How to practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is a skill that grows stronger with consistent practice. Here are some ways to make gratitude a daily habit. Start a gratitude journal. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. These can be small, like a good meal, or significant, like overcoming a personal challenge. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to focus on positivity. Morning gratitude ritual. Begin your day by reflecting on what you're grateful for. As Marcus Aurelius suggested, acknowledge the privilege of simply being alive. Spend just a few minutes thinking about the people, experiences, and opportunities that make your life meaningful. Express gratitude to others. Make it a habit to verbally or writtenly thank someone every day. It could be as simple as appreciating a colleague for their help or texting a loved one to say, "I'm grateful to have you in my life." This not only strengthens relationships but also spreads positivity. Focus on the present moment. Gratitude is rooted in mindfulness. Instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, focus on what you have right now. For example, while drinking your morning coffee, pause to appreciate its warmth, aroma, and the effort it took to reach your cup. Reframe challenges. When facing difficulties, ask yourself, what can I be grateful for in this situation? Maybe it's the lesson you're learning, the strength you're building, or the support you're receiving from others. Gratitude helps turn obstacles into stepping stones. Gratitude walks. Go for a walk and actively observe your surroundings. Notice the trees, the sky, the sounds of nature, or the friendly faces you encounter. Take a moment to appreciate the beauty and interconnectedness of life. Gratitude in action. Lessons from Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us that gratitude isn't just for good times, it's even more vital during hardships. The Stoics believed that everything in life, good or bad, has value if approached with the right mindset. Amor fati, love of fate. Gratitude aligns with the Stoic concept of amor fati, or love of one's fate. This means embracing everything that happens as necessary and valuable. When life doesn't go as planned, instead of complaining, ask yourself, what does this experience teach me? How can it make me stronger? Gratitude for the basics. Epictetus reminds us to be grateful for life's simplest blessings. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. The next time you drink water, pause and appreciate its purity and availability, something many people in the world lack. Remember mortality. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on mortality to cultivate gratitude. He reminded himself that life is fleeting, so every moment should be cherished. By acknowledging the impermanence of life, we learn to value each experience, relationship, and opportunity. The ripple effect of gratitude. Gratitude doesn't just transform your internal world, it influences the world around you. When you practice gratitude, you inspire others. Your positive energy and mindset encourage those around you to adopt a similar attitude. You build community. Expressing gratitude strengthens social bonds and creates an atmosphere of mutual respect and kindness. You spread positivity. Gratitude has a contagious effect. A simple thank you can brighten someone's day and set off a chain reaction of goodwill. Gratitude is a path to inner peace. Gratitude is a gateway to unshakable peace because it centers us in the present, fosters resilience, and nurtures contentment. It teaches us to value what we have rather than longing for what we lack. When you live with gratitude, you experience a profound sense of abundance and connection to the world around you. You become less reactive to life's ups and downs, finding joy in the small, meaningful moments that make life beautiful. As you reflect on this principle, ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? How can I express gratitude to someone I care about? How can I reframe a current challenge with gratitude? The practice of gratitude is both simple and profound. It requires no special tools or resources, only a willingness to shift your focus and open your heart. By practicing gratitude daily, you create a life filled with peace, joy, and fulfillment. Let gratitude be the anchor that grounds you, the light that guides you, and the bridge that connects you to others. Gratitude is not just a principle, it's a way of living. Principle 10. Trust the process and let go of control. In life, the need to control every aspect of our circumstances can lead to immense stress, frustration, and disappointment. Yet, we often cling to the illusion that if we work hard enough or plan meticulously, we can dictate the outcomes. The truth, however, is that much of life is beyond our control. Trusting the process and letting go of control isn't about giving up, it's about finding freedom, inner peace, and unshakable strength in the flow of life. Let's explore this principle deeply and understand how to embrace it. Understanding the need for control. Human beings have a natural inclination to seek control. It's rooted in survival. We want certainty because it gives us a sense of safety. This is why we overplan, overthink, and obsess over outcomes. We believe that if we can control every variable, we can avoid failure, pain, and disappointment. However, life rarely unfolds according to our plans. Uncertainty is a fundamental part of existence. The sooner we accept this, the more we free ourselves from the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This profound insight reminds us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our thoughts, reactions, and perspective. Trusting the process begins with recognizing this truth. Why letting go of control matters. Letting go of control doesn't mean surrendering to chaos or apathy. It means focusing on what you can control and releasing your attachment to what you cannot. Here's why this principle is essential. Reduces stress and anxiety. When you stop trying to control everything, you eliminate the mental and emotional strain that comes with constant micromanagement. Letting go allows you to focus on the present moment rather than obsessing over hypothetical future scenarios. Enhances resilience. Life is unpredictable. By trusting the process, you become more adaptable and resilient in the face of unexpected challenges. Resilience grows when you learn to flow with life rather than resist it. Fosters inner peace. Letting go of control brings a profound sense of peace. You accept that life unfolds as it should, even if it doesn't align with your expectations. Opens doors to opportunity. When you're fixated on controlling outcomes, you might miss out on opportunities that arise unexpectedly. Letting go allows you to remain open to new possibilities. How to trust the process. Trusting the process and letting go of control is a skill that requires practice and self-awareness. Here are actionable steps to cultivate this mindset. 1. Focus on what you can control. The Stoics teach us to separate what is within our control from what isn't. Your thoughts, choices, and actions are under your control, the outcomes are not. For example, you can control how much effort you put into a project, but you cannot control how others will respond to it. Do your best and release attachment to the result. 2. Surrender to the flow of life. Life is like a river, constantly moving and changing. When you resist the flow, you create turbulence. When you surrender to it, you move with ease. Practice acceptance. Instead of fighting against what is, Ask yourself, how can I make the best of this situation? 3. Practice patience. Trusting the process requires patience. Not everything happens on your timeline. Understand that good things often take time to unfold. When you feel impatient, remind yourself that progress is often invisible until it manifests. Trust that the seeds you've planted will grow in their own time. 4. Release the need for perfection. Perfectionism is a form of control. It creates unrealistic expectations and sets you up for disappointment. Embrace imperfection as a natural part of life. Let go of the idea that everything needs to be flawless for you to be content. 5. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness anchors you in the present moment, where true peace resides. It helps you detach from fears about the future or regrets about the past. Engage in daily mindfulness practices, such as meditation, deep breathing, or simply observing your surroundings without judgment. 6. Develop faith in the bigger picture. Even when things seem uncertain or challenging, trust that there's a larger purpose at play. Sometimes, what feels like a setback is actually a setup for growth or a better opportunity. Reflect on times in your life when things didn't go as planned but eventually worked out in unexpected ways. 7. Reframe failures as lessons. Failure is a natural part of the process. Instead of seeing it as a setback, view it as a stepping stone to success. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Every failure carries a valuable lesson if you're willing to see it. The role of Stoicism in letting go. Stoicism provides profound wisdom for embracing this principle. Here are key teachings from Stoic philosophers. Epictetus, some things are up to us and some things are not. This core idea of Stoicism reminds us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. When faced with uncertainty, repeat to yourself, "This is not up to me." Seneca, a good character is the only guarantee of everlasting, carefree happiness. Seneca emphasizes that inner peace comes from developing your character, not controlling external events. Marcus Aurelius, whatever happens, happens for a reason. Trusting the process means believing that every event, even adversity, has a purpose in shaping who you are. Embracing the power of uncertainty. Uncertainty can be uncomfortable, but it is also where growth and transformation happen. Here's how to embrace it. Lean into discomfort. Growth requires stepping outside your comfort zone. When faced with uncertainty, remind yourself that discomfort is a sign of progress. For example, starting a new job or pursuing a passion project may feel uncertain, but it can lead to incredible opportunities. Celebrate small wins. Trusting the process doesn't mean waiting passively. Acknowledge and celebrate small steps forward. Each step builds momentum and confidence. Release attachment to outcomes. Detach from specific outcomes and focus on the journey. When you let go of the need for a certain result, you free yourself from disappointment and open yourself to unexpected blessings. Trusting the process in adversity. When adversity strikes, trusting the process can feel impossible. Here's how to stay grounded. Remember, this is temporary. Difficult times don't last forever. Trust that things will improve and that every challenge has an endpoint. Seek meaning in struggles. Ask yourself, what is this challenge teaching me? Viewing adversity as a teacher can transform your perspective. Stay committed to your values. In tough times, lean on your core values. Let them guide your actions and decisions, even when the path ahead is unclear. The gift of letting go. When you trust the process and let go of control, you unlock a life of freedom, resilience, and joy. You stop trying to force life to fit your expectations and instead allow it to unfold naturally. Letting go isn't a sign of weakness, it's a demonstration of strength. It shows that you have faith in yourself, in life, and in the unfolding of a greater purpose. Questions for reflection. What are you trying to control in your life right now? Can you release it? How can you focus more on the present moment instead of worrying about the future? What steps can you take to embrace uncertainty with courage and trust? By embracing this principle, you cultivate the ultimate freedom, the freedom to live fully and peacefully, no matter what life throws your way. Trust the process. Let go. And watch how life transforms in ways you never imagined. Bringing it all together, the art of inner peace. Unshakable peace is not a gift bestowed upon a lucky few. It is a skill, a practice, and a way of life. These 10 principles offer a roadmap to cultivating resilience, clarity, and serenity in the face of life's challenges. To imagine unshakable peace is to envision a life where insults lose their sting, envy becomes inspiration, and acceptance replaces resistance. It is to live ethically, gratefully, and in harmony with nature, trusting the process while letting go of what you cannot control. Start with one principle at a time, integrating its wisdom into your daily life. As you do, you will find that peace is not a distant dream but a tangible reality waiting to be embraced. Let these principles guide you, and watch as your life transforms into one of purpose, balance, and unshakable tranquility.